What's up YouTube? Georgia Silver Hunter back, and if you've clicked on this video without watching part 1, make sure you do go back and watch part 1, or perhaps you can look at my channel and find the entire video that I have posted of the coin roll hunt of everything you see in front of you right now. This is going to be part 2, where we're going to dig into those dimes and those quarters and see what lies in store for us there. And remember, this is a video of which one's going to be better, those customer wrapped coins or those bank wrapped coins. I think this video is a lot of fun. Make sure you watch all the way to the end because we find all kinds of really good stuff. I hope you guys enjoy it. So with that, let's jump into it. So keep in mind, we did the pennies and the nickels in our last video. So if you want to see how those turned out, make sure you go back and check that out. We're up here on our customer wrap dimes, which we're going to jump right into and hope they do better than the 10 Loomis rolls that are coming up next. So here we go. Now for dimes, if you've ever seen me hunt dimes, there's not a whole lot to look for, at least in my opinion. The 96W is a big deal. I've never found one. There's obviously San Francisco proofs that you could look for out there. There's a couple of proof reverses like the 68, 69, and I believe the 70. Dimes are small and they typically hurt my eyes to look at for long periods of time. So I don't typically hunt them. However, I did in one of my last videos show off this cool little magnifying glass that I recently bought. I will probably go back and hunt through at least half of these rolls off camera. And if I find anything, I'll be sure to bring you in. But the main thing that I look for when I look at dimes is looking for that 90% silver. It will have a solid silver edge, and they are worth, I don't know, $253 a piece. And look at that. I just got done talking about it, and this roll is loaded with silver dimes. Hopefully you guys can see them. I'll pull them out one at a time, and we'll take a look. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I was talking about the silver, and it just appeared. So the first one, we've got, I can't tell if there's a mint mark, but we got a 1957 silver dime. Here's another one. We got a 1964. These are all 90%. This looks like another 1964. Did I look? Oh, we got a D on that first one. The second one's a Philly. If we keep coming down, here's the next one. Actually, a pretty darn nice 1962. That's wonderful. The next one is also silver. 1964, we have another Denver. That's 5. Here's 2 more back to back. I could see them. Looks like we've got a 64 Philly and a 64 Denver. So 2 more. This is the, honestly guys, this is the craziest roll of dimes I've ever gotten. Normally I get 1 or 2. This is 7 in one roll, and we still have more to get through. I want to try not to miss any. I've got more down here on the end, starting right there. And again, if you're curious, you can see that solid silver in there. That's what you're looking for. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 left, I think. So we've got a 62 Philly. We've got a 63, looks like a Denver. A little mint mark down there. Oh, next to the bottom of the stalk. Right down here in the corner, if you were unfamiliar with where to look. Let's see here. I don't think there's any more in there. Nope. Right here, we've got 2 more. Another 1964. That looks like another Denver. And this guy right here, a 1947 Denver. That's a bit older. Now, I don't know my older dimes if there's anything to find in those. From a variety, because I don't find that many silver. So I'll check my pocket change book, and if there is, we'll be sure to check that out, and I'll bring you in if we find something. But that looks like that was 5, 7, oh shoot, I think that was 11 if I did the math right there. 5, come on, plus 5, that's 11 silver dimes in one roll of customer wrap. So everything I just said about nickels, it just came true that every now and then you're going to get a great customer wrapped roll. I have done videos on the channel of 4 boxes of dimes and not found a single silver. So getting 4 of them in one roll is pretty amazing. And I see more in this roll. All right, this might be a long part of the video. Hopefully I can find a way to shorten up those pennies and those nickels, because this is the good stuff. So, and I'm going to do my best not to miss anything. We've got another 64. We've got a 54. Wait, 54 what? 54 Philly. It's a 2006. Got another one right here. There's a 64. What else do we have? I'm like shaking over here. I've never found so many silver dimes in one place. I'm going to have to go back to this bank and see if they have more rolls. This is crazy. We've got a 63 Philly. We've got a 59, it looks like. That looks like it's got a little paper on it. I can probably get that off without damaging the coin more than it already is. Couple more. We got a 54 Philly. Another one right here. This one's chewed up. We got a 58. That looks like a Denver. Looks like it's been through like a clamp or something. We've got, now that looked like silver. Did I miss it? Oh, I hope I didn't just throw it in the... Hang on, guys. Hopefully I didn't just miss one. I could have swore I had one more silver. Well, I'll go back through these just to be sure I didn't miss anything. But I could have swore one more of those was silver. I guess not. All right. Well, for me just opening 2 or 3 rolls, that's not going to happen. We're going to keep going through these things live. And if I need to, I will fast forward and add some music or something like that. But this is exciting. This is the best dimes I've ever had. Woo! This is cool. All right, well, nothing there. So I may have fast forwarded through that, or I'll just cut to the end. We will see how I edit that together, but I'm going to go back through this really quickly. No silver there. I will go back through these in case I missed anything. I'll also point that out, but assuming I don't miss anything, this was a tremendous number of silver dimes in 10 rolls of customer wrapped. I can tell you the Loomis wrapped have no shot of beating this. This is amazing. We had 5, 10, 15. We had 18 silver dimes in 10 customer wrapped rolls, so $1.80. And we know that $1.40, give or take, in 90% silver is a troy ounce, give or take. So there is over $33 in silver in that set of dimes that we just picked up, which is absolutely amazing. All right, I'm going to clean this up. If we find anything, I'll bring you back in. Otherwise, we're going to head into those Loomis wrapped dimes. So as you can see, we've got the Loomis rolls ready, and I came across one oddity as I was going back through those dimes, making sure I didn't miss any silver and looking for that 1996W. This looks like a post-mint damage coin, the scratch through there. I am not sure. If you've seen anything like this, let me know, but it also looks like a really bad grease strike or somebody polishing the crap out of this thing. But I know very little about a dime that would look like this, outside of it being a really bad grease strike. So if you're familiar with what this might be, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. I'll keep looking at it, see if I can see anything like this on eBay or in any of my other coin resources. But this could turn out to be pretty cool too. It looks like a 1990-something Philly. Maybe a 91 or a 94, maybe a 91. But kind of interesting looking. So with that, let's go ahead and jump into the Loomis wrapped dimes. Okay, so same drill. We're going to open 2 or 3 of these. And I mean, honestly, if we open a roll, it's got 10 silvers in it, we'll open the rest of them live on camera. But I have never experienced that in Loomis wrapped dimes. Typically, I just get a bunch of clad with the occasional silver piece. So nothing in roll 1. Take a look at roll 2 and 3, and then I'll go ahead and go off camera just to help keep this the size of this video down a little bit. I know it's going to be quite long with those customer wrapped dimes. Not seeing anything there. And here's roll number 3. And nothing in there. All right, well, I may be bringing you back when we're done with the dimes and moving on to the quarters. We'll see. So we're going to move on to the quarters. Those Loomis wrapped dimes did not produce anything, kind of as expected. I do not have a lot of luck, just like the opposite for nickels. I don't have a lot of luck in customer wrapped dimes. I'm sorry, Loomis wrapped dimes, so I much prefer the customer wrapped, and today they really paid off. We had 18 silver dimes. I will put the actual silver value of this on the screen based on coin apps and today's spot price, which as of me filming this morning, it was like $33.50, $34 a troy ounce, which is just crazy, which is great for us silver stackers because it just means our silver's worth a ton of money. But this is the most silver dimes I've ever found in one sitting, so I'm super excited. Of course, we also found that kind of weird kludgy dime that I already showed off, but we're going to go ahead and get into the quarters. Quarters, in my opinion, are some of the most fun things to hunt because there's so many DDOs, DDRs, there's West Point quarters, there's San Francisco business strikes, and of course there's silver. So 1964 and earlier is what we're looking for. And just like in the dimes, it would have that solid silver edge. I'm going to go ahead, like the dimes, we're going to edge hunt a couple of these just in case. Maybe whoever rolled those dimes maybe rolled some quarters as well. And then I'll go off camera and we will hunt these like I do most of my quarter hunts, bringing you in only for the finds, assuming we have some. Uh-oh, I heard it actually on the way out. Look at that, dead center of this quarter roll. Boom, 3 silver quarters. Oh my goodness. And this, I mean, again, I don't find a lot of silver quarters, all 64s. Let's see, no mint mark, no mint mark. No mint mark. So we've got 3 1964 90% silver quarters, and we're on roll number 2 of these quarters. All right, we may be opening all of these live as well, or call it recorded on camera, not off camera. This is a beautiful bicentennial. Look at that thing. That thing's like untouched. That's gorgeous. We'll put that aside. That's a Philly. We're looking for the Denver DDO on that one, which that is in our search list. But let's push these aside and keep opening rolls here. Maybe I'll just open up all 10 and just get them on the table, and I'll bring you in for the finds as we get them. But this is pretty cool. Finding silver in the quarters and the dimes. Unfortunately, we didn't find any in the nickels. The war nickel would have really finished it off for us. Let's see here. That's empty. So no silver there. Getting into roll number 5, it looks like. And I'm going to run out of space on this mat. It's going to make it a little hard for me to open these on camera. So what I'm going to do here is move this one to the side just to leave me some space here so you guys can see everything. Come on. Now I'm excited. I'm thinking there's going to be silver in every roll, and so far it's just been that one. So nothing in there. All right, well that one was a red roll. Maybe we'll get lucky in this one. What about you guys? When you get customer rolls, do you get excited when you see different styles of wrappers? Because I don't get the red ones a whole lot. And usually when I do have decent scores, they're always in funky wrappers, like they've been in somebody's coin collection for years. You know what? We're going to open this other red one. Let's go ahead and do it now while I still have room. Oh, I heard it. There it is right there. I'm shaking this thing over. I think we got at least 2. At least 2. There's one here. It's another 1964. Again, no mint mark on the back. And then I heard one over here. I'll just show it to you right there in the middle. There it is. Got another 1964. Again, no mint mark. All Phillies. So that makes 5, $1.25 in solid 90% silver quarters in 9 rolls. So at this stage, I'm almost going to call it customer wraps are going to win because I don't care what I find in those Loomis rolls unless it's 5 more silvers. to call it the win. All right, here's roll number 9. See if we got any more in here. No, we got some shiny stuff, but no silver. And here is roll number 10. And I'm not seeing silver there either. All right, well, I'm going to do my more typical coin roll hunts now. We're going to go back through each of these, and I'll try to do them at least in order. I'll call them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 10. I know that's not how I opened them, but as I find things, I'll be sure to bring you in. We'll talk about it, because with quarters in Atlanta, so many Philly mint marks, so many errors to find. So we'll show them to you as we find them. So we got through those 10 customer wrap rolls, and you'll see there's a lot of stuff up here, but none of it's very special. I was actually kind of surprised to not find any die chips or die cracks or anything like that throughout. Of course, we're not going to complain about finding 5 1964 silver quarters. At today's spot price, these things are over $6 a piece. Based on coin apps, these 5 quarters alone are worth $30.77. So this is a win already in those customer wrapped quarters, and these are the best customer wrapped quarters I've ever opened in the 4 or 5 years I've been running this channel. So 4 quarters is crazy. I want to say I went an entire year once to find 4 quarters, so to find it in 10 rolls is really darn good. We did have 2 Denver bicentennials. We had a whole slew of really, really nice, not all of them, but really, really nice Philadelphia bicentennials. I'll hang on to the best ones of those, and we'll send the rest back, but I'll count those up so we can compare to our Loomis wrapped rolls. We did get one of the new 2024 Patsy Takemoto Philadelphias. I think I've already got that for my book, but I did want to pull it because it was the only one. We had a couple of early, like 2009. Let's see, we had 3 2009s, a 2011, and actually here's a Guam 2009 as well. These are really tough to come by, so I typically hang on to those, and I've been making rolls of them. Again, they're just hard to find in really good condition. And like I said, they're very low mintage, so I usually hang on to them. Same thing with the 10s, 11s, and even some of the 12s. And I did get 2 potential book fillers, and we'll check that at the end of the quarter. Just a really nice Philadelphia, New Mexico here from 2008, and a really nice 1996 Denver, both in really, really nice condition. We'll keep those aside and see if they're going to upgrade our books. But with that, we have just 10 rolls of Loomis wrap quarters to get through, so let's get the camera on the rack and get into those. It's going to be hard-pressed to beat this. So here they are, and like all the other ones, let's go ahead and get 2 or 3 rolls open here on camera. Just to see how these are looking. Maybe we'll get lucky and find a little silver in our Loomis wrapped rolls, but I'm going to look for anything that's super shiny and jumping out at us that might be a proof or something like that. Nothing in that one. Let's see here. Kind of a gray edge right there, but I don't think that's going to be a silver. No, it is not. And then kind of a really nice Philadelphia there from I couldn't even tell, 2016, I think. All right, so nothing there. I'll do one more, just opening it on camera. There's actually one of the new Patsy Takemoto's 2024 Philly. Nice looking quarter. And the last one. Hopefully these Loomis will produce a few die chips and things for us to look at. And no silver there. All right, well, let me get into these, and I'll bring you in as soon as we find something interesting. Well, these 10 Loomis rolls have not been very good. I really haven't had anything to bring you in of any significance other than 2 coins that I'll cover right here, and I find a lot of these. I'll zoom in on these here in just a second, but we've got ourselves an Eleanor Roosevelt with a die chip on the hat. And we have one of the Marietta Tall Chiefs with a little die chip in the hat here. It's the little feathers of the hat. Let me zoom in on these for you, or we'll look at them on the scope just so you know what you're looking for. They're little minor die chip errors, typically worth no more than $1 or $2 in most cases. But we also have 1 roll of Loomis left that I figured we would do on camera. And after that, I'll bring you in and show you all the stuff I have laid out. None of it's special, but it's all stuff that I typically pull when I do a quarter hunt. as I'm making rolls of a lot of this stuff where it could be interesting. Other than the Patsy Takemoto, just because they're new 2024s and I don't get a lot of them. I've got 5 Phillies, 1 Denver, and I think I may need the Denver for one of my books. So I just wanted to show you guys that. We've got 1 roll left to do here, and I'm going to zoom way in on this roll so you guys should be able to see everything with me. Hopefully that's good enough. But let's pick this up and have a quick look at them together. So the things I typically look for, the 2021, we're looking for the die chip in the hat and the DDR down on the cuff, which you can really only see under pretty extreme magnification. The Arizona here typically has a die chip right at the base of the, oops, I'm off camera a little bit, sorry, at the base of the cactus or here just above the 2. I don't see it with my naked eye. Just checking the scope, it's still not there. So here the 23 Philly. On the Bessie Coleman, typically we're looking for a die chip on the biplane and the NQ's error on the E and the C. Now there is a little tiny die chip on the biplane. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's on the bottom wing. I'll pull that aside and we'll zoom in on that at the end of this roll. Just make sure I'm still on camera for you here. But what you see me doing here is typically how I go through each and every roll. On that 2019s and 2020s, we're always looking for the W mint mark. And there's also DDO on the In God We Trust that I've started looking for. Recently, I've never found one. I know Diggin' Dave has found a whole bunch of them. I am not so lucky. So the Marietta Tall Chief, again, we want to look for that little die chip in the feathers. And we've got another one of those. You may be able to see it under that magnification, but again, we'll pull you in. Now the Duke Ellington here, this is a 2009 Philly. We always want to hang on to these 2009s because they just didn't make that many of them. And they're hard to find in decent condition. This one has a super valuable DDR that's in the piano keys and in the word Ellington. Again, something I've been looking for some time and just never found. For the 2022, I forget the name of this one. This one is the Sally Ride. I mainly look for the die clash on the bottom where you can actually see some of the face of the coin on the reverse. I've found a handful of those over the years. All right, we got another Patsy Takemoto. 2020p. Now the Airman also has a really good error on it called the Burning Building, where basically the top of the building is just smeared across. I don't know what causes it. I don't know what mint, sort of error causes that, but again, that's another really valuable sort of error that I always look for and so far have never found. It's one I hope to one day find. So nothing there. Hopefully all this is staying on camera for you guys because I am zoomed way in, a lot closer than I normally do. Not even going to check that because it's ugly. Now the Jovita Edar, there's a big die crack through part of her hair. That's another one that I've looked for a long time that I have never found. The Homestead, of course, has DDRs all through the window. It has snow on the roof. It has snow in the window. It has the leaky bucket. It has all kinds of errors on that guy. Honestly, I'm kind of shocked I haven't found one of those in this hunt. And of course, this one is the 2004 Wisconsin, where we can have the high leaf and low leaf DDR that I have also never found. Well, that is it. That was roll number 10. That's how I went through all of the other 9 rolls. And we'll take you off the rack and show you what we pulled. So here we go. We'll go through it quickly. I do have 2 Bicentennial Philadelphias. I'll add those to the 10 customer wrap rolls. And as I said, I'll probably pull the nicest ones. The rest will go back. We had a single 24D Patsy Takemoto. That'll go in my quarter book if there's a hole for it or if it's an upgrade. I'm not going to show punching those down in this because at the end of the day, either I need it or I don't. And it's just filling a hole. And it is in the latest women's quarters book, which is mostly full for me. The Patsy Takemoto coins, I'm starting to see more and more of. Of course, they're new quarters, so they're typically in very, very good condition. I'm unaware of any errors on this thing yet. I have scoped a handful and haven't found anything. So that's something I may need to look around on eBay and some of the variety sites and see if we find them. The 2009s, like I said, super low mintage. Typically, we're looking down in these first set of keys and just under the word Ellington for some doubling. Again, super valuable quarters. Have never found one. We got 2 of those in this hunt. We got a 2009 Guam. We got an America Samoa 2009. A 2010, I forget who this is. That's an Arkansas. And let's see here. I think this one was this is the Grand Canyon. I know we had a New Mexico somewhere in here. There's a Wyoming, or that might have been in the last set. There's a California. Yeah, here it is down here. I think we've got the Hawaii. That's what I was thinking of, this 2012 Hawaii. And we have this guy right here, the Puerto Rico, the 2012. The 9s, 10s, 11s, and 12s are pretty low mintage, and they're tough to come by, so I hang on to them. As for my little die chip errors here on the Eleanor Roosevelt, I kind of talked about it. Here, we'll let you see it a little bit closer. But there's that little die chip on the brim of the hat. Not worth a whole lot of money, but I always find those and pull them and put them in tubes. Our Tall Chief, as I mentioned before, we've got 2 of them. But there's one right there. This die chip right there is not supposed to be there. That's a pretty good sized one. And, of course, we have our Bessie Coleman. This one has lots of different variations of where the die chips can be. Big ones can be here, they can be here. This one has just a tiny little die chip right here on the bottom biplane wing. Probably not worth all that much money, maybe $1 or $2. The other thing I really like to find is the big NQ's error. The best one I ever found, you could see an E way out here and a C way out here. It's not a doubling per se because this EC is inset, so I'm not exactly sure how it happens. But that's the one I'm looking for. A lot of times it's just a little bit of doubling down here on the C, E and C though. So that is everything we found in our Loomis wrapped rolls. Again, we pulled a fair number of quarters out of there, just not a whole lot of value. Even if I were to say each one of these die chips is $1 a piece, that's about $4 worth of stuff. Everything else, not really collectible. It's great if you're filling albums, but you're not going to sell any of that for any real money. And even like $1 or $2, unless they were mint state coins, which none of these are going to be. So let me pull out all the best quarter finds. I'm going to pull out the best finds from the dimes. If you want to see what happened in the pennies and nickels, you're going to have to go back through the video because I'm not going to cover it again here. The dimes and the quarters were really the best stuff. So give me just a second. So we've got everything on the table that's really the key finds of the hunt, and we're going to go through it all really quickly, starting with the quarters. We had in those customer wrapped rolls a bunch of really, really nice looking bicentennial Philadelphia quarters. I'm going to hang on to those. There were a bunch more. We'll throw the uglier ones back. I typically hang on to these because on eBay, $15 to $20 a roll is what I've gotten in the past for these things. So that's typically, I hang on to them. I make rolls and occasionally offload them on eBay. We did end up with 5 silver quarters in those customer wrapped rolls. And this is a good bit of silver for quarters. I don't get a lot of them. I think I mentioned that earlier in the video. And there's pretty good value here. So typically, I only find maybe 4, 5, 8, maybe 10 silver quarters all year. So to find 5 and 10 rolls is pretty amazing. And that's what makes the customer wrap rolls in this hunt definitely the winner between the Loomis wrapped and the customer wrapped. As for the valuable stuff, I know I just went through it, but let's just assign $1 to each one of these. We made about $4 here on $1 worth of coins. You can check it out on eBay. Maybe you could get a little bit more for each one of these, but you know, if you could, it's no more than $2 or $3. Now the dimes were the really big surprise. Again, this was all found in 10 customer wrapped rolls of dimes. We found 18 of them. I did check the dates and the mint marks, and this 1947D is actually a low mintage dime. I don't have the exact number, but it was like 48 or 49 million-ish, you know, kind of in that range. Actually, I have the number right over here. Give me a second. It is 46,835,000, making this an under 50 million mintage. So this is the kind of thing that I'm going to hang on to. I'm not going to throw this in my treasure chest. I'll replace that with like a 1964 because this dime's a little bit better date than most of what we found down here. Now, as for the silver value, I've plugged it into coin apps, and this video has taken me 2 or 3 days to make. So as I've been quoting prices throughout the video, it's been bouncing up and down. But as of the time I'm filming this right now, 5 quarters, 18 silver dimes. We are currently at about $76.10 worth of silver in this little hunt, which is tremendous considering it's all in dimes and quarters. So anyway, that's going to do it for our hunt. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really like making these mixed coin roll hunts. If you like this format, doing the sort of customer wrap versus Loomis, let me know in the comments down below. I know this video is going to be a bit long because we did 4 different denominations. I spent a lot of time going through coins with you guys on this one, so sorry if this one turns out to be a bit long, but this is a tremendous amount of silver for this hunt. So if you do like this video, make sure you drop down below, leave me a comment, leave me a little click on that like button. I'd really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel and you like coin roll hunts, make sure you click on that subscribe button. About 75% of my audience watches my videos and they don't click subscribe. So if you don't mind, click that subscribe button, then click that little bell and select all so you get notified each and every time I drop a new video. I also like to say big shout out to all my channel members. Thank you guys for supporting the channel each and every month. I really appreciate it. With that, I will go through, I'm sure I'll get some more half dollars this week, and I'm going back to the bank to pick up some more rolls where I got these. Hopefully we'll find some more goodies in those. It has been 2 business days since I picked these up, so hopefully he hasn't given them all away. If he hasn't, I'll let you know in the next customer wrapped coin roll hunt. So with that, you guys take care, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.